Dun, 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 dun.
I think the moral of the story in this case is be careful who you donate your organs to. And this is a lesson that we maybe have gone down the road before, albeit in different to different extents in regards to the premises of the different productions. But we've been down this road with Marvista Entertainment in the past, notably with Black-Hearted Killer or Heart to Hearty, and now I had two different titles. But that one was it was a thriller centered around an organ transplant. That series, I mean, this has been an element that's been in a couple of different horror publications, even outside of Marvista. I largely said with Black-Hearted Killer, which I still haven't seen yet, but again, the trailer looked good, and I love the pitch for it. The overall story seemed to be a bit of an alternate reversal from a Netflix production called Chambers, which also had a very similar organ transplant centered story of I think it was like a heart going into, or a heart from a bad person going into a good person, and you saw the thriller aspect there. Now, granted, that series I did not watch it. I actually googled a review later. I did cover it, funny enough, but I decided not to publish the video in that case. 'Cause I'm like, do I really want to promote this show? Because I looked at a review for it, and I was like, there's a lot of stuff here. Kind of got a bit of culty. But Black-Hearted Killer again was a bit of a twist, and that one looked good. But as I was saying, we've been down this road before with Marvista Entertainment, which I'm sure for those of you who follow this channel pretty often, you know the studio by name at this point because I cover their content pretty extensively. I mean, they got a wide range of films. For those of you who are not familiar, they're a TV distribution company. Primarily, they do a lot of thrillers, especially romantic ones. But they've also done different Christmas movies, remember holiday releases, rom-coms, family entertainment. There's been a broad mix with the studio, but it's mostly thrillers, at least I know them for. And they've been enjoyable for the most part. They're also the studio, though, that I still refer to infamously as the studio that continues to behave unlike any other distributor out there in regard to their marketing department, because they still have spoiler-ridden trailers that take how long is this movie? 90 minutes. They'll boil it down to 3. They'll give you the play-by-play essentially on every single element, the who did what. They'll answer all the mysteries for you. Just knocks the suspense out of it. And any reason really be like, do I really want to go watch the 90-minute cut when I can watch a 3-minute version of the same thing? I mean, the movies are good. I've seen a couple that I've covered in the past as well in their full form, like on different streaming services. Tubi has a bunch, and I think Netflix has got a few as well. And they're still enjoyable films, but again, I prefer to not go in there knowing all the twists and turns. I'm assuming we're probably going to get that here with Malicious Motives. I like that title. Again, it's very on brand for their thrillers. But also it's known as Deadly Donation. I don't know which one. Well, Malicious Motives, that's a bit broader. Deadly Donation, literally. Let's go ahead, though, and take a look at the IMDb synopsis. You'll see the similarity in regard to other films, notably like Black-Hearted Killer. Not the same, but again, centered around organs. This is what it says according to IMDb. A young woman donates an organ to a popular classmate, hoping to get access to her perfect life. So I'm assuming in this case, maybe it's sort of like an in-crowd situation. You have a student that wants to fit in, and the ticket in this case, I mean, that's a bit of a grandiose one, I have to say. I mean, how many students are like, usually it'll be, well, go do this for me, go do that for me. It's something that you do within the bounds of reason for other students. I mean, sometimes, again, the in-crowd scene, especially like when you're dealing with trying to fit in at school, life can be cruel. I would judge by the poster that this girl was in high school age. High school can be really bad, especially. That's, again, my assumption. And she obviously wants to connect. She wants to, find some people that maybe are on the popular end in regard to the social status in the school environment, and she kind of wants that for herself. And so she's willing to give up they don't say what organ it is in this case. They just say an organ. Maybe her heart. Maybe we're really retreading ground here. But she probably donates, at least the assumption I'm going to have going in is that she's donating it to the wrong individual. Because she seems to be, at least from the implications of the synopsis, a good-willed student. Maybe the recipient, though, of intended generous gift has some other malicious motivations. We're going to go ahead and watch the main trailer for this first. And we'll talk about it more in my condensed review segment. Fun as watching the video together. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Here we go. I sense no goodwill from this other student.
Are you okay?
Probably camp or something.
Obviously, there's ooh.
Nurse in room B13. Her liver is in a state of failure. Ashley needs a transplant immediately.
Bring so many sweet treats.
Are you kidding? Get us some meds to make some money off of.
Can't lose her too.
There's this girl at my school. I wanted to help her out.
So she wants to, okay.
The faster you realize that nothing in life is free, the further you'll go.
A matching donor's been located. Think you two go to school together?
Thank you. I'll never forget it.
I'm beginning to get an impression that maybe my interpretation was a bit wrong, but we'll see.
There you are. It sounds like a surgery you'd need a parental signature for. Now I'm gonna have to burst their bubble and tell them it was done illegally. They're paying us. We'll tell them we're not waiting forever.
My parents won't let me get out of bed.
Yeah, me too.
You have some cleaning up to do. It's all gonna be different now. We're besties.
Is your sister still here? I want to introduce myself. She had to go.
We'd love to have you two over for dinner.
Come in, please. What do you think you're doing?
I'm taking care of it.
Taking care of what?
The money. Tell your parents to hurry it up.
There's no money that's illegal.
Illegal, like forging an organ donation form?
This is serious. You have to tell them.
No, I'll take care of it.
You're ruining my life! You think that's your life now? You're still the same loser.
Oh my God. What happened? She fell.
This is where, again, if you're not familiar with Marvista's past work,
Where is it?
There's no money.
Find it. What's
this is the point where like, okay, maybe you want to cut it here.
Serves you right.
Can I ask where you were last night?
This has gone way too far. Telling them everything.
It's kind of on point with the trailer. Yeah, your trailer's going too far right now in regard to what it's disclosing.
Everything. And all I want is something small. Without you, your parents are going to need me. This is the only way.
Very complex movie. At least I kind of got confused midway on where this was going, to be honest with you, because there's a lot thrown in. Again, my original impression was that you have a student here who, I thought it was the recipient in this case, as I said, that maybe had the bad implications. But no, it seems that she's, at least I would think she's innocent, because you see her at the end of a trailer. Again, I think the trailer itself goes way too far in regard to revealing all the unplot points. This is so familiar with Marvista now. It's like, okay, here we keep doing this over and over and over again. Nothing changes. My assumption here is that you've got, because then I'm sitting there thinking, okay, watching this, maybe my interpretation's wrong, because it seems that this other girl who donates the organ genuinely wanted to help. But my thinking, at least, is going into her family's putting pressure on her in regard to, we want, well, obviously, maybe it seems that this is a very messy situation in regard to how this goes. But to me, at least, it seemed like you have a girl that obviously has a dysfunctional organ that needs help and service in that way, and then you've got another girl who wants to offer whatever part of that or her body it's needed, but you've got the family putting pressure on that, and like, oh, we want this and we want that, we want there to be, a recipient, we want a gift for ourselves in regard to this, and some transaction that's mutually beneficial. So my thinking was that it was just a girl caught in a bad situation. And going forward to the trailer, I still felt that way. Is it her sister that's like the one that's overly aggressive with her? I think it is. But again, like I said, it's a complex picture in regard to the layered characters, and it seems the overall conflict. It did kind of, it lost me midway. I guess in terms of how I'm looking at the trailer, maybe they just go too far in the overall events of the oncoming conflict, and the fact that they show you, at least in some end shots, the girls, I would assume, in a hostage situation. The popular classmate in this case is the girl I'm referring to. But maybe because, again, I was kind of lost midway through. Maybe I'll rewatch this, and maybe I'll get a better understanding on a second watch of the trailer. But I'd be willing to watch the film. And knowing Marvista Entertainment Thrillers, this is going to be an easy project to follow, as many TV movies happen to be. We'll see what I think. But I like the overall premise. Again, the organ centered thriller. It's interesting, and there's been past films in regard to this type of thing that, at least from their trailer standpoints, have looked enjoyable on their overall pitches. Maybe, like I said, with Chambers, bringing that one up again, that was that one had some content issues for me, but I liked the overall pitch of it. But then Black-Hearted Killer, I love the look at that. And Malicious Motives, or I think Deadly Donation's a better title. It looks like it's got potential. I'll see what I think on an overall watch with the movie. But what do you guys think about Malicious Motives? Were you better able to follow the trailer than I was? Again, I went into my overall thoughts, and it didn't go exactly the way, so you could say I was surprised. I do think, though, the film might play out differently than what I was originally suspecting. But let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are with this new movie. Don't forget all the good stuff with liking, subscribing, and sharing that bell until we get to watch more in the way of Marvista entertainment thrillers, or, overall films for their studio, because of course we will. I will see you guys at whatever point that happens to be. But for now, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to live yourself, fellow man. God bless. Peace.